Hey gang, and welcome to Blood, Sweat and Pears, episode 6. It's your proper village vodcast brought to you by the good folk at the Lamb and Flag pub in Worcester, but you already knew that. There's a lot to cover. There's been a lot of cricket. It will be the elite down to the grassroots. We'll have our clubby as well. And of course, I've got handsome Sam with me. Sam Rhymes, how are you, fella?
Very good, thank you, mate. Nice to have you back, actually. I was a bit lost last week.
Oh, babes, that's super sweet. Well, look, here's the thing. Lots to get through in episode 6, but let's talk about episode 5.
If you want to, yeah.
I go away on holiday. You just go and smash it out the park on your own.
I was guided. I had an easy ride with Gwen and Brian. They're two lovely women and very knowledgeable, very easy to get along with, and we learnt a lot. I think they gave us a lot of information, intel maybe people wouldn't know about the women's rappers this year and stuff, and it was great fun.
Yeah, well, Gwen, I thought really candid, really insightful. Brian, confident lass. She's going to be a player, isn't she?
But she's her personality represents like her, the cricketer, and I think she's just a bit like fearless and just takes things on. She was happy to chip in, and I think it made it quite an interesting episode.
Look, it was great. There were a couple of things though, right? So, at no point in that episode did you bury someone randomly for getting a duck.
No, because I couldn't do that with that. You can't be good cop, bad cop without a good cop.
At no point did you go after the guests at any point.
Again, difficult.
You ignored the Ashwood ban after just 1 week. Who does Bryony Gilchrist play for? I know she's a rapper.
Again, we were short on supply, so I had to just take what we could get.
And here's the thing that really hurts, gang. Here's the thing that really hurts. Not once did he say, Weebly.
No, I didn't say Weebly last week, and actually I pointed out to producer Pad this week as well that he was looking through the scores with me, and he said it, and I realised I didn't say it.
Sam Rhymes, he bottled Weebly.
Apologies to the weebs out there.
We got that out of the way, right? Let's get to the important business, because we've got our clubby with us this week. We have booked a guest. This is good news. I'm very pleased to say that we've got Alex Wheeler from Owies. How are you, fella?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, we're doing okay. Right, now, you've seen the show. You know how this works.
I do, yeah.
We need to get to know you a little bit better. Firstly, excellent moustache, well played.
Thank you very much.
But let's get key information. So, what's your team role, sir?
Oh, bit of everything. I'm batting at the moment, do a bit of keeping, bowled a bit of off-spin this year, and I'm sort of leading the way on drinking beers as well, I think, too. So
okay.
That's probably the main role.
The team David Boone with that moustache.
Yeah. I think
okay, so here's the thing. You keep wicket, you bowl off-spin.
Yeah.
Are you a keeper-batter who sometimes does an MS Dhoni and has a bowl? Or do you just do whatever's needed?
I think it's more accomplished than MS Dhoni. I think it's...
That's a big sell early doors.
Yeah, I think it is.
I like it.
Maybe not the keeping part, but there's a bit about the off-spin, yeah. It's been varied this year.
Taking any wickets?
I don't know. I've had 4 this year, which is
right.
not bad for a bit like part-time role, but
That's
I did go for 18 in the national final, which wasn't a great day.
Out.
Yeah, it wasn't a great day out.
It wouldn't be the worst. Trust me. Yeah. You've picked a good week because there'll be loads of bad ones, but
yeah.
Okay, so cricketing hero, please.
I'd like to say Flintoff, but my game doesn't reflect his at all. Probably more like what you said earlier, Jim. Probably more like a Chris Reed, a bit of a nudger and nerdler.
Oh,
with a bit of,
how cultured is that?
Yeah,
that's nice.
Good suggestion.
Wicked glove.
I can't take.
Brilliant keeper, massively underrated. The sad thing about Chris Reed, a brilliant keeper as well. He batted beautifully well into his late 30s. But he will always be remembered for that slower ball that Chris Cairns bowled at him, where he couldn't see it, and it just sort of ballooned up, and he bowled him. He could talk about that.
Oh, really?
You know, no idea what I'm talking about.
No, I'm going to find out. Yeah.
I'm of a certain vintage, gang. There we are. My cultural references will predate yours. It's look it up. The Chris Cairns slower ball, incredible.
Yeah.
Floaty Yorker.
Okay.
And he lost it, and he was ducking out the way of a Yorker.
Well, this was in a big
test match.
Oh, really?
Yeah, back in the 90s.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you keep like him. You'd like to keep like him.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Okay.
Right. So, greatest cricketing moment in a club capacity, Wheelo?
Oh, probably at Owies. It would be the day out I had a couple Saturdays ago. I had an okay day.
Oh yeah.
First term for the club. It took a while to get it, but batted with Nathan Dobbins, and put on about 260. So yeah, good day out. Got to get that one in early.
260 partnership, and you got a ton.
Yeah, had 126.
What worked? What clicked? Was it just one of those days?
40-yard boundary and a pretty average bowling attack.
Yeah. I love the honesty. Could have said I was just not good, cultured, good form.
I was in the zone. I was seeing it like a beach ball.
Just take it on.
We were chasing 275. I think we knocked them off in like 40 overs. So
that's impressive. And you scored 260 in your partnership, or 275.
Yeah, so
that's good.
Yeah, it was a tough day for for Pears and for Jude, actually. I'll give him a little shout out because he scored 150 odd this weekend for the twos. So he had pad rash watching us do that, but this week he's cashed in. So yeah.
There we've all got pedigree in the chair gang, and that's good with our world, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Right, we'll hear more from our clubby in a bit, but as you know, we start with the elites and work our way down. So let's take care of Worcestershire business, both the men and the women in action in the T20. The Surrey game's going on in the 4-day stuff, but we're halfway through. That'll get dealt with later.
Yeah.
So from the men's perspective, bit of everything really, haven't we? We've seen some really good stuff, some not so good stuff.
Which I think inconsistency is the word, isn't it? They've been close on a couple of occasions. Like they think they lost 1-1-1, lost 1-1-1, lost 2 in a row, 1-1 again here, and then went to Edgbaston on Friday, and just that's a really tough one. A really tough one. Tough one to watch. Tough one to like. Any game's difficult to lose. Then it's a derby. Then you think you've lost at halfway.
Yeah.
Then you nearly win, and then you lose in the last over. It had everything. I think just batting is in the power play is proving a real obstacle for the lads.
Yeah, I mean you say that. I mean it's been chastening at times, hasn't it?
Yeah,
with the bat, but at times it's also been very good when the kind of the big four are firing with Hose and D'Oliveira have scored big. Cash Eva's hit plenty of sixes, and we've seen what Ethan Brooks can do as well against Durham. But there's one lad that we probably should mention who's not long been at the club.
Jet.
And Isaac Mohammed, if you don't know who we're talking about, it's a 17-year-old lad who made his way down the M5 from Warwickshire. And they said, you've been here a month, you're 17 years old, how about opening the batting?
Yeah.
And an erratic first over against Durham, but he destroyed Matthew Potts, a test bowler. I've never seen anything like it. The six hitting.
Honestly, I was sat in the press box in the New Road End, and people down in front of us were genuinely, when he walked up to bat, were like,
who is this?
Who's that? And then the first over happens, and everyone's like, oh, he's quite handy, isn't he? And he's just nailing like extra cover. He puts six
over. I
over.
think the 6 off Neesham over extra cover was pretty good.
It was just raw. It was like electric. Like he's got no fear. In for the Brett who was injured. Just like go to the top and do your thing. And like literally what he's done in the last 2 games looks like a gem.
Seen with Worcestershire, what they'll do is you're young and you're talented. You want an opportunity, you'll get one. And it was the mentality of play and miss, then get dropped actually, wasn't he? Thick outside is dropped, and the next ball a 6 over extra cover that was monstrous.
Ethan Brooks said that. Yeah, he was like so.
The mentality to do that. Anyway, there's a little bit of a hiatus for the Blast. It'll be back in a little bit. We'll talk about that too. Women's Rapids, tough campaign, isn't it?
It's really tough. The girls summed it up really well. They're very close, but they haven't been able to put all 3 departments together in one game yet. They've either been short with the bat or they let themselves down with the ball. I think they know it's there. They've made a few, and we were talking about it last week, a few changes they've made consciously out of their way to make plans and make contingency plans against different sides to convert those nearlies into definites, I guess.
Lots of 20 scores, but no one
people
going
getting
on.
in, no one quite kicking on. So that's been the big focus for them. Obviously, new regime with Claire Boycott in charge as well. She's supposed to be leading from the front. She's almost got 50 here a couple of weeks ago. She's been in the run, so hopefully they're nearly there, and they've got two games this week to hopefully turn things around and go to Yorkshire and Derbyshire and pick things up a little bit.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday, 2 big days there for the Women's Rapids. But fingers crossed for them. As you say, they're almost there.
They are.
Right, let's get into the Birmingham Premier League. Let's do a bit of that.
We can do a bit of that, no problem at all. So, Prem Division 1, starting at the top. Ombersley, they beat Barnard's Green by 4 wickets in a game that saw Worcestershire's very own Seth Essenhigh take home his side with a cultured 74 as they chased down 162 in a game that featured someone called Gareth Andrew, who I had never heard of until about 12 minutes ago, and these two started waxing lyrical about him. So
Gareth Andrew, cult figure here a while ago. I mean, he's nearly as old as me, dude. He's 41.
Yeah, okay.
But he all-rounder, really kind of nagging length, really difficult bowler to get away.
Got it on a string.
You know him as well.
Yeah,
like the streets don't forget
proper
sort of
player.
culture.
Proper player.
I love that. Gareth Andrew on a string. That should be the autobiography,
That's
by the way.
That's a great title.
But he also,
isn't it?
one of the things I remember, there was a bit of a phase in early 2020 competitions that some batters would use the mongoose. Do you remember the mongoose? It was a short blade, long handle, and kids would be like, "That sounds dreadful," and it was. because they tried like it was for leverage to 6 hit.
But it was like purple, wasn't it? Like the purple and red sticker.
It wouldn't fit through one of those back gauges.
No, and it was dense
so
at the bottom.
thick.
I remember, yeah. But I think the whole premise was that it was meant to improve your timing or something, wasn't it? Like because you had a longer handle, you meant to get
and
underneath
more
the ball a bit
leverage.
more, yeah.
You basically just had one big bit of middle.
It was a phase.
Anyway,
it was a phase.
It was a phase.
But he was quality.
Yeah, really, really good county pro.
Well, next time there's a pub quiz and someone the answer's Gareth Andrew, I'll be the first one to say I know a little bit.
Still getting it done at 41 at a really high level, man. That's legit.
Yeah, he bowled 17 overs. At about 4 and over on the weekend. So
4 for as well.
Clearly quite decent. Yeah. Big shout out to Gareth, there he is, if he's listening. Barton Green, they got rolled for 81. They lost to new table toppers Noel and Dorridge, whilst Hayes Owen lost by 9 wickets on a day to forget for them. An opening stand of 123 was only enough to secure Himley a draw. The two Ollies, Ollie Walker and Ollie Westbury, notched 50s in the process, while Harborne fell 12 runs short of a win, settling for a draw as they finished on 239 for 6, trying to chase 251. And Prem Div 2, Starbridge collected maximum points in a 3-wicket win. Jaspreet Singh and Dan Whale saw them over the line, chasing 131, while Kiddy moved out of the bottom 2, which is good to see. They've had a tough start to the season. They collected 15 points in their draw against Handsworth.
Huzzah!
Nice. Yeah, exactly. Hales Owen shifting down the table, I think, from memory, and Kiddy coming out of the bottom of Div 2, so nice to see.
Right, I suppose then, on to the Worcestershire County League and the Premier Division. And let's start, as we like to, with our guests club. And you'll be pleased to know that the BSP curse has continued. Be a guest on our show, you will lose.
You will.
Owies first went down to Worcester Nomads, 6 wickets. What are we saying, Wheelo? Come on.
It was a tough day at the office. It was a bad toss to lose.
First excuse.
Yeah. See how many cliches we can get out here. No, it got better as the day went on. The sun was on it. I think that's what we'll put it down to.
True.
Yeah.
We didn't bat very well. We threw away a lot of wickets.
186 for 9. Lots of players made starts. No one really kicked on, did
wasn't
they?
helped by some pretty dubious running out there. But,
Hey, look, we know where you want to go, so let's just go down that path together. Run out for 4, Wheelo. What happened, mate?
Barbecued by Ted Goodwin. I'm still fuming about it now. You know what? This weekend he's away. Next weekend, he's away in Liverpool on a stag do. So if he gets lost up there and doesn't come back and doesn't run anyone else out, then
You won't be mind.
wouldn't be the worst thing to happen to the boys this week.
Was it his fault?
Oh, Ted likes to time one and then run, and he's just hit it straight to mid wicket and called me through. And
You just
I was like 2 metres short. It was pretty rough.
It's unfair, isn't it?
I'm not a kit thrower as well, and a lot of kit.
Oh,
a lot
really?
of kit went.
Peaks and troughs, mate, isn't it? Big time a few weeks ago, and then send down the river.
happens to the best.
Ruins
of
your
us.
whole day, isn't it?
Oh, it did.
Well,
A few days.
32 degrees as well. It was. I was just toasty,
Don't talk to me.
toasty fielding on a pretty long day.
so that's not the weather to be taking quick singles straight to mid-wicket. Right, okay, so Goodwin 37, Witham 34, but Connor Andrews took a 4-fer. Dave White made 63 not out to guide Nomads home. A tough day indeed.
Yes.
But look, you've done your part, you've turned up on the show, you've got your guaranteed L.
Yeah.
Next week it'll be fine. That's how it
big
works.
one
here.
for us next week as well, actually. Big relegation.
Is it?
We're only halfway through the year.
You're on the
Can't
wrong
call
end.
it a relegation.
They come around quickly.
We've
though.
not had a great start to this season, I'm not going to lie, but, like you say, peaks and troughs.
Right, on to Aswood Bank first. They beat Pershore first by 50 runs. Aswood Bank made 216 first up. Tom Underhill with a 50. Stephen Miles and Mohammed Towsif with 3 first. Pershore were rolled for 166. Will Morn took 5 wickets. Redditch first beat the league leaders Worcester first by 60 runs. Akib and Sajid put on 162 for the first wicket in a total of 258 for 8. Akib refused to get 100 though. He was out for 90. In reply, Worcester's batters, 6 of them were out for single figures in a total of 198. Plenty of 4-fers flying around for both sides in that one. And then second played third in a top-of-the-table clash as Stourport disposed of Bromsgrove by 6 wickets. Alex Milton made 79 not out, but no one backed him up. And Bromsgrove mustered just 188, a total surpassed in no small part thanks to Siddharth Adua's 89 not out. And everyone contributed for Ombalasi's seconds as they made 307 first up against Bart Green's seconds. The wonderfully named Flynn Gunston top scored with 86. Jack Drew took 4 wickets. Barnt Green's reply was 187 for 2 from 43 overs. Ben Whitten's century, securing a draw. And lastly, a Millwood 50 basically ensured that Pedmore first chased down live first, modest total of 167. That was a 6-wicket win. So what does that mean for the Premier Division table? Well, more change at the top, the big 3. It's getting interesting. Stourport on 7 first and now top of the pile, 8 wins from 10, 186 points. Worcester are in second with 176, 7 wins. Bromsgrove now down to third, 7 wins, 167 points. At the other end, as you say, Lie, tough old time of it, 1 win, 67 points. Owies first, 1 win, 86 points.
It's not great.
1 win.
Yeah.
That's correct.
It's not great.
Oh, mate.
Hey, look, I tell you, you're a brave man for stepping up and getting on the show.
I've been playing in the 2s and it's been much better, so sorry to take you all out, lads.
Right. Barnt Green, they are one above relegation. They are 99 points. They've got 3 wins, though, but still 13 points. It's not so much about wins. Those winning draws really help now, right?
Well, I think we've got to put Redditch away on Saturday. It's a big one.
That's a massive one.
It's a big game. Yeah, they're probably
9th versus 11th.
Yeah, it's
Is that your place?
Yeah, it is because we were away last week. So yeah,
Big
I
one.
don't know if home advantage is a thing currently.
Well, that's, we know where to play cricket on the weekend then, don't we?
Yeah, it's a big one.
See if the big man stands up.
It's a big one.
So there we are, Redditch versus Owies. Ooh.
Well, hopefully
Feature game.
Hopefully I'm back with the 2s, but if you heard that Tony in selection,
Well, there we are, pleading for demotion. Yeah, that's a first.
The show's at a new bottom, a new rock bottom.
Well, from the bottom of the Prem, let's go to the First Division.
For sure, yeah. So Bartestree and Lugwardine, they have Max Backhouse to thank for his 5 for 44, same figures as Ben Allison today actually, which helped reduce Droitwich Spa to 226. That was duly knocked off thanks to an Edward Webb ton. Brockhampton blasted their way to a 9-wicket whopping of Hagley, chasing down 192 in 30 overs. Queuing some early showers in the sun, while Cole Wall batter Jack Collins
nailed it.
He was left not out on 95 in their draw against Bromley, which is gutting, isn't it? All the hard work to get to the 90s and then you get left at the end. Halesoe in seconds, they were sent to the shops by our man John Lewis, as the Burgill, Tillington and Weebly bowler took a fifer in his side 7-wicket win.
Feel better now. I feel safer. I feel like I'm home now.
I know, I'm good. Another name who's back in the spotlight, Barnard's Green skipper Elliot Hennessy. If you remember a few weeks ago, I dived in on him because he got first baller opening the batting when his side were chasing. Obviously, now a man that I know enjoys the banter because I was speaking to someone from Barnard's Green this week. He dropped himself down the order for their clash with Himley, and then he watched the opener Sam Clements nail 190 from 140. So serves you right. Keep yourself up there, mate. But they declared, he opted to declare 313 for 3, but Himley replied pretty stoutly and they batted out for a draw. So I don't know, maybe a tinge of regret for Elliot declaring, but points nonetheless. And the final game of the day, Netherton crushed Bewdley by 160 runs with friend of the show, Ashish slamming 120 red in the process.
Wow.
He's been in the runs, and there's been runs all over. The weather obviously bringing the best, not for everyone, mate, I know, but a lot of people in the runs, high scores all over.
There's been some top end Tonkings as well, hasn't there?
All like
but
that. That's a good headline.
162 runs. That's a proper hammering, isn't it?
Yeah, I enjoyed the one about Elliot Hennessy dropping himself down and his mate getting 190.
Look, that's just a great shout, isn't it? And look, I don't mind the declaration. Aggressive cricket, go for the win.
Let's
for
get
the team.
done.
You did it for the better of the team. Get yourself down there. That's what
Right, let's see what it means for the Div 1 table then, gang. Top of the pile, Bewdley. 8 wins from 10, 173 points. Already a bit of a gap. Brockhampton first, they're on 159. Then down to BTW, 151. And then at the bottom end of things, it's Bromyard. Still to record a win. Oh my goodness.
Struggling, aren't they, Bromyard?
Do you know what? Couple of weeks, back-to-back defeats.
Yeah.
Himley, they're in second from bottom, 100 points, but Bromyard, 39 points. 61 points in arrears. We know what's happening. They're Are they toast?
Well, apparently
I'm not going to write you off.
They've lost a lot of players, yeah.
They lost 2 like a fortnight before the start of the season to Brockhampton. I was hearing this week, so it's been difficult. No overseas either.
Yeah,
difficult.
So Brockhampton are in the automatic promotion spots, and they've just bailed on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a ruthless league, Worcester County League.
Do you know what?
It separates men from boys out there, and Bromyard can't keep up.
No Ruth. So Bromyard, bottom of the pile. Let's hope for better things. Hey, look, and if you're half decent and you're in range, go and get yourself a game at Bromyard.
Chin up, lads. Come on. Hang in there.
Oh, I feel bad for them now.
There's some cider here for them if they need it. We've got loads of cider knocking about.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So there we are. That's the table. Probably then. It's Div 2, innit?
Div 2, it's your time.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Bromsgrove seconds did what the first 11 couldn't, and they won at the weekend. They beat Breeden by 5 wickets, despite Seb Suckup's best efforts. Breeden only made 118. Joey Bilborough's unbeaten half-century saw them home. Bell Broughton's first defended 137 against Old Swinford firsts. The visitors were skittled for 107, George Dean taking 5 for 38. They weren't the best figures of the game, though, because Rhys Williams took 6 wickets in the first innings in a losing cause. So someone buy Rhys a beer. He did his bit.
Frustrating.
Coombs Wood upset table toppers. Netherton 2s winning a thriller by 2 wickets. Netherton made 251. Key man Daniel Rehrman was out for 49. One of the 3 victims of our boy Kimani Sexius.
Back again, isn't he?
Well, he was at Visit Worcestershire New Road for the T20 game.
Yeah.
You gave him a shout out over the address system.
PA, yeah, gave him some, yeah.
He's a cool dude, isn't he? He's a cool bloke.
Suave, isn't he? Yeah.
Effortlessly cool.
St. Lucian.
Bullo brought him over for a chat in the pod as well, so we had a nice natter with him.
Ah, wicked.
Yeah.
Top man.
So there we are. He's a BSP regular. He's a BSP Hall of Famer, potentially. Anyway, he got a 3 for. There were 50s for Birch and White, and number 8, Elsmore, made 30 to go with his 4 wickets, so he had a pretty good day. Elsewhere, Challesley Corbett first, chased down Rushwick first, total of 202. Plenty of contributions with no one going big. Lie-Twos and Alfchurch and Hopwood drew despite 2 stellar performances, so a shout out to NH's Jack Williams for his 153, and Wakas Ahmed took 6 wickets for Lie. And finally, Ashwood Banks 2s drew with Kiddie 2s as well. Kelly Rowlings made an unbeaten 63, Jess Beach taking a 4ther in that one as well. So there we
They're
are.
everywhere, aren't they, Ashwood Bank? Players, they're
Yeah.
everywhere.
Gilgrass ran out for 17 on that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there we are, but some women's rapids being represented,
With Sonny
and the
Lucy.
girls going well as well.
What was the name of the first player you mentioned in the first game? Seb
Seb Suckup.
Suckup.
Yeah, or it might be Sukup actually. Yeah, experienced player.
Cool.
It was Spud was waxing lyrical about him
Was he?
right back at the start of this.
Okay. Yeah, inaugural, I remember. Yeah. I just heard Suckup and I childishly laughed, but...
Lovely stuff. Right, okay. Let's see what that means for the Division 2 table. And it means this. Netherton remain top despite defeat. 184 points, 8 wins. And it's a bit of a drop-off, but Coombs Wood on the charge. 10 games played, 6 wins, 148 points. Then Bell Broughton also on 148, just behind them. So it's tight at the top, and that's how we like it. At the bottom, Chattersley Corbett prop up the rest. 2 wins, 79 points. Old Swinford and Ashwood Bank both have 3 wins. Old Swinford with 95 points, Ashwood Bank 102. And in fact, Alvechurch 103, Kidderminster seconds 104. Goodness me, so it's really tight. The teams in the bottom half of that league, just a handful of points separating them.
Yeah. What are we now? 10 games, 10 rounds in?
Yeah.
And you've got 18 game season, isn't it?
22.
Oh, is it?
Is it?
Is it 22?
12
Oh, it will
teams
be
in
some
each
teams,
league.
yeah, I suppose, yeah. We're getting towards that halfway point, that pinch point now, aren't we? Yeah, and like you say, with the winning and losing draw as well, it just adds an extra little curveball in there, doesn't it? Because you can, lose, but effectively lose the draw and get 5 points, or you can get.
Well, you sort of see after 10 games, you kind of get the feel of where your team's going to be and what the level is as you get essentially to play everybody.
Yeah, of course.
By around this time of year.
Yeah. And you start remembering names and faces from the first time you played the I remember so and so giving a big send off, or or your mate.
Have you got a nemesis?
Have I? You know what? Because I haven't played for a couple of years because I had a bit of time off with injury, so it's mainly new grounds and like new teams for me. So Yeah.
Good answer.
So
Straight back
so
answer.
far I'm okay.
I'm so into that.
Sure,
If
in
you've
the
got-
second half of the season now, I've
Just calls-
made a few friends. I've made a few friends.
His
yeah.
enemies are in his own team, running him out or getting him out.
I've had enough of Wheeler. I'm going to actually skin him next ball.
Oh, wicked. Division 3, my turn.
Sure
Let's
is.
do it. So 5 ways Old Edwardians and Worcester Nomads played out an entertaining draw. 5 ways number 8 Mohammed Zain Kakwani scored a brilliant 107 off 61 balls in his side's first innings. 160 run partnership for the third wicket between George Denman and Christian Mulvihill saw Martley chase 190 with relative ease against Brockhampton seconds, while Michael Pratt was out for 90, another man out in the 90s this weekend.
Refused to get 100, Pratty.
Yeah, jibbing again. Pratty. 90 as his star brought the 7 side drew with Avencroft. A very lively scorecard between Himbleton and Old Elizabethans. Jude Rees scored 151, not out on the losing side for Oldies, before Alex Lowe did his best Harry Book impression, and he was out for 99.
That was 50 balls as well, that innings. 99
Was
off
it?
50, yeah, apparently he was flying.
Imagine. He probably just, a bit like how Brooke got out, he was flying, wasn't he? And he tried to put one. I'd like to know how he got out.
Apparently it was cultured though.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
There was a 35-yard boundary in it. Yeah.
Proper cricket shots.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, Alex, well batted, unlucky.
Yeah, we thought about going then, didn't we? We're
Nice, you almost triggered.
50 balls.
No, fair. But his team did go on to win by 3 wickets, so all in a winning cause for the team. And Enfield Staffs beat Droitwich Spa by 5 wickets. Feckenham beat Cookley by 61 runs, mainly thanks to Nasir Mahmood's 7 for 57.
Oh,
There's
I don't know
been-
what's better. You calling them Feckingham or
Fecking-
757?
Feckenham.
Feckenham.
Oh, Feckenham. Oh, I put a G in there.
Yeah.
There you go. I feck that. There
That's
you go.
that's another apology next week,
it'll be
isn't it?
yeah. Sorry to the lads at Feckenham.
757, that's pretty good, but 151 in a losing cause is a heartbreaker,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, that's gutting. But I-
Steve-O as well took a 5 for us too, so a big 150 and a 5 and we lost the game.
What?
Yeah.
Well, we'll note that down. I didn't see that.
Ringer
Yeah.
alert!
It was a big 5 He got a ton as well. He went for a few. Steve,
Oh, did
he won't thank me for that
Alright,
one,
just
but
drops
yeah,
his
just had
mate
He
to
went for a gallon.
told the boys I'd get that one.
Good. But yeah, there's just everywhere I looked this week. There was just highlights on scorecards everywhere. It was wicked.
It's
But yeah.
been gratuitous, man, hasn't
It's
it?
been a lovely week to do it.
Right, let's see what's going on in the Division 3 table. Like Enville, oh mate, Enville will be the envy of everybody. I tell you why. Play 10, 110, 208 points. Himbleton, they're going well, but they're in second place on 147. This is about a race for second place right now because
Is it? Yeah.
Enville are unbeaten, 208 points.
Good
Right, so
start.
We've got
then
tomorrow.
second place Himbleton 147. Third Owies seconds 147.
Better.
4 Stourport on 7 seconds 144. So that's going to be really exciting,
Yeah,
isn't it? But
we've got
Enfield,
Stourport
they
next
look
week
like
as
a
well.
Right,
Really?
you got a good
so-
run of games, haven't you?
Yeah, and then that's halfway. So Enfield have won the league, I think already. They have got on overseas. So we're just gonna
10
we're gonna
games
put
in.
it out there.
Oh, I see.
Are they buying the league? Division 3? Do you need an overseas? You know. let's get it out there early.
shots fired, Enfield. Shots fired. What are we saying?
Do they need an overseas? Well, there's your headline for this week's
Yeah,
post.
there's your title.
I love it. I love it.
There we are. I was playing the diplomat about 5 minutes ago. Now when you go up to Staffordshire, you're in for an adventure, my friend. That's okay. That's okay. The wrong end of things. Well, a perfect record at one end, but quite the opposite at the other. Droitwich Spa seconds, played 10. 0 wins, 59 points. Then it's a step up to Worcester Nomads seconds, 82 points. Then Feckenham, 82 points as well.
Wow.
Yeah, look, it looks like we're going to get an awful lot of tight finishes. I'm so into this. Division 4, as we heard with other divisions, Sam, there's some good old-fashioned ass-whoopings in Div 4. Right.
That's it.
Pinfield took a 5 and Doyle made 50 as Worcester seconds beat Romsley and Huntington by 9 wickets. Clabby lost their last 5 wickets for 10 runs as they were bowled out for 133. Ben Griffiths made 61 though. Old Hills Aman Munir took 4 wickets. The visitors chased down their target, losing just 3 wickets in the process. That was a battering. There was also a 7-wicket win for Old Vigornians first against Pershaw seconds. Sharafat Hussain made 107 for Owies as they they chased down 208 to win. Malvern beat Tenbury Wells by 149 runs. That's another hammering. That's thanks to a century from Tony Arnold and a fifer from Ben Evans. Tenbury's James Farrer took 5 wickets in the match as well. First place Redditch beat second place Harborne by 4 wickets. There were half centuries for Patel and Bagvera, and in Harborne's total of 284. Jafar again for Redditch in the wickets.
What has he got this week?
4 this week. Every week he turns up, doesn't he? It's 3s, 4s and 5s.
Sharpshooter. Yes, Jaffy boy.
He's a boy. He's a boy. Redditch's successful chase in that game was anchored by 80 from Altaf. And there was also a 4-wicket win for Hagley over West Malvern in a proper run fest. Hagley chased down 362 in 47 overs, and that's thanks to centuries from Frank Loach, 104, Russ Field, 133. They put on 158 for the 3rd wicket, but you'll like this. The game was put to bed by Joe Lennon.
Okay.
He made 78 from 28 balls, 6 4s, 7 6s. The last 4 balls of the game went 6, 6, 4 no ball, and then 6.
Oh.
Joe had somewhere to be, didn't he? Yeah, he had somewhere to be.
Yeah, so the bowlers mainly in that took an absolute pasting. Sam Waller was the bowler that got a bit of a hoofing. He did take a 3 for though, but basically everyone went around the park apart from Rowan Dakin, who had figures of 10 overs, 2 for 29 in all of that.
So he's just been nerding away, lying late, wondering what the fuss is all about.
Yeah.
And then some bloke comes in and just absolutely carves it at the end. And all
two centuries and one guy going absolutely buck wild. I will look, Sam Waller, he got carted in that last over, but he did make a 33 ball 64 not out for West Malvern.
Yeah.
So, you know, it wasn't total disaster for him. But
no, he's lost his team the game. Get after him. No, you're too nice. That's the problem.
He's 15.
Death bowling. Tuesday night training, death bowling for Sam this week.
Wow, that's heavy going. Okay.
It's gotta be.
It's work on your Yorkers, Waller.
100% mission lengthy go.
Right, let's have a look at the Div 4 table. Sorry, Sam, I batted for you, dude. I batted for you. Top of the pile, Redditch seconds. Played 10, won 8, 180. Then down to Harborne. 7 wins for them, 158. Worcester seconds, 144 in 3rd spot. At the bottom of the table, Tenbury Wells, they've won 3, 90 points. Romsey and Huntington played 90 points. Then Olvergornians won 3, 97 points. So tight there as well.
I like it. It's getting tense, isn't it, as well? I just love the fact that this week there was something in the air, because most weeks when you look through the cards, you get a lot where so-and-so won by a few wickets and so-and-so. Like this week, every single game jumped out as something happened, which I loved. I really, really enjoyed it. Including Division 5, where James Andrew scored 118 not out for Coombswood seconds. They beat Bewdley. Cutnall Green ones. They won by 128 runs against Bromyard. Poor Bromyard, it's tough across the deck for them at the minute. While Women's Rapids captain Claire Boycott scored a 50 in a losing cause, as Aswood Bank third suffered a 6-wicket loss to Hales Owen thirds. Spare a thought for Kabir Ahmed of Eastnor first. He was run out for 49 during his team's 2-wicket win over Barnt Green. Mate, as you know, a hard thing when anybody on 4 is bad enough on 49.
It might have been his fault.
God, yeah, valid point. I haven't even thought about that.
He might have panicked.
Yeah.
And he got sent back.
Jitters, yeah, true.
Right. Here's the thing, by the way. There's been so much going on, as Sam was saying. There's a lot of you got out for 49.
Yeah, there was
I think there was about 8 over the 7 divisions, and we haven't got time to call it out. But there's a lot of you refusing to get 50s, and if it quietens down, we will come for you. So you know,
it's jug avoidance all over the place, isn't there? He was run out during his team's 2-wicket win over Barnt Greens. Starbridge beat Pedmore by 1 wicket as they chased over 200 again. But the game of the day was the very last one I came to, where Harvington played Harborne. Harvington won by 1 wicket. And it was their number 11, Jay Grimstead, came in batting through 1 not out, joining his skipper, who was 93 not out, S. Kirby, as they chased down 196. Grimmy is the absolute ice
legend.
Kirb's 93 not out. He comes in just a Jack Leach style 1 not out.
It's gonna say Jack Leach potential, right?
And they win the game. So yeah, huge credit to to Grimmy. Well battered.
Grimmy,
Great
you've got
kahunas
nerve,
to
my
see
friend.
you through.
We see you
Love
and we
it.
appreciate you.
Love it. Curbs would appreciate it as well. 90. I'm sure he's probably a bit upset. 93 not out.
Is Curbs the skipper?
Yeah.
Oh, he won't care. He'll be internally he'll be like, I wanted 100, but
Boys
he'll
wanna
also
go.
be thinking,
Boys want to go.
you know, the professional in him will just think,
I'm sure.
well, Skipper did his job, clinical, efficient, effective, Grimmy,
Yeah.
mega legend.
Beer for Grimmy.
Right, okay, let's see what it means for the league tables then. Oh, goodness me, right. This is an absolute nonsense here, right? 3 teams at the top, 7 wins. Play 10, 7 wins to each of them. Cutnell Green, top of the pile, 173 points. Halesoe in thirds, 168. Then down to Harvington, 154. A clutch of teams on 6 and 5 wins. Then at the bottom, 3 teams all on 2 wins out of 10. So it's also daft at this end. Bark Green at bottom, 91 points. Bewdley, second bottom, 92. And Bromyard, 2 wins, 93 points. That's crazy business.
Yeah.
So there we are. 2 points separate the bottom 3.
It's still to play for, isn't it?
It sure is.
I like it though because it runs through all divisions. Like even at the Prem at the top, like no one's running away with it, but you are seeing that separation.
Yeah, but like with the system as well though, like 1 point, that's a daftness. That's
It
a daftness.
is, yeah,
I love
it is.
it. How's your nerve, gang? It's gonna be okay. Right, enter Division 6. More one-sided contests. Colwall seconds hammered Himley thirds by 144 runs. Colwall made 311 for 3. Jackson Heath made 101. Bruno Recordon made 127 not out. The Himley bowling unit was basically a guy called Ross Unit. He took 2 wickets at a respectable rate. Jack Lewis went for 56 in his 3 overs. He had a difficult day.
Don't say I'm the bad one. You
No.
picked that out of all the scores.
Jack,
56 off 3 overs.
Jack, do you like cider? Because our friends at Western will give someone their height in cider if they've had a difficult day.
Yeah.
I don't want to shame you, Jack. I'm just saying there might be something in it for him. Anyway, Unit also top scored for Himley with 30 not out, batting at number 9. So not really Himley, more just him.
Oh.
By Ross a bit. You say what you want, but that's quality writing.
I don't say anything.
Anyway, Burkill, Tillington and Weebly seconds can top that. They bowled out Bromsgrove thirds for 135 after scoring an utterly filthy 435 for 8 with the bat.
And how many?
45.
Almost
That's
10, 9
almost
and over. 10 and over.
10 and over, mate. Not far off 10 and over. Richard Kerry and Clive Chahedi scored a centuries. Astonishing that early their innings kind of whimpered out. They're sort of tapered. 3 batters getting out for a duck in that knock of 435 for 8. So Arshad Butt lasted 1 ball, Barney Stevenson lasted 2, and Mohammed Sabir lasted 3. All of them without scoring.
Yeah, it's a
1 ball duck, 2 ball duck, 3 ball duck.
Is it?
No.
And that was in the space of 7 deliveries.
It sounds like the guy you mentioned, Afon mentioned 56 from 3 should have been bowling in that game. Figures like that suits him. Absolute buffet in there.
So there we are. Either get yourself 100 or get yourself a duck, gang. But, you know, go big or go home,
All
right?
over Worcestershire.
Owies thirds beat Bell Broughton seconds by 7 wickets. Shermal Shadat starred with the bat. 86.
Another good score.
How's this for a solicitor's company? Twig, Cosson and Russell made 50s, while Sam Shaw took 3 for 19 from 7 overs as Alverley first beat Cookhill first by 68 runs, and Darcy Howell took 5 for 29 in a losing cause as Hanley Castle and Upton lost by 10 runs to Stourbridge thirds. They failed to chase down 185, despite Alex Woods and Tristan Robinson making 51 and 58 respectively. So 2 batters made 109 runs collectively, and they couldn't chase down 185.
For who? What was Alex
So
Woods?
this is Hanley
Is
Castle.
that our Alex Woods?
Hanley Castle and Upton, they lost by 10 runs because they couldn't chase down 185.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. There was Tristan Robinson did his bit, right? 58. Alex Woods did his bit, 51. No one else scored more than 7. There were a couple of 4s, a couple of 5s, and a duck. I think 4 not out. And the guy who scored 7 was our boy Darcy Howell, who took 5 for 29.
That you say he couldn't do any more. Alex Woods, he was foundation who we spoke to the very first
Yeah.
week. Well, he's 51. He should have kicked on. Should have won his team the game.
Well, I mean,
He's in. He's in.
He's in set, exactly.
Seeing it like a bee's
Was
ball.
shocker. I'm glad we found that
Wow,
out as well.
now we're talking.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. No one else can get double figures. You've got a couple of lads that get 50. What's going on there?
Well, you can't leave it to someone else.
No,
You've got to
true.
see that over the
I
line.
get what you're saying though. Like that is someone chips in with 20 or 30, you kick on, probably win the game. To get not even double
Just
figures.
if someone, well, 10 runs shy, if someone turns their 4 or 5 into a 15,
Yeah, true.
just edge a couple
Or
through the
just hold
slips,
the bat and just
lads.
stay with me and just stay there. Woodsy, he's a jibber, choker as well. I'll be interested to see him tomorrow.
Oh, Sam's back. I love it. It's nice being friendly to everyone. Doesn't suit you, dude. I'm in for this. Right, Rushwick seconds spanked Kiddie thirds on Saturday. Hinsley took 5 wickets while both openers made 80 odd. Cooper made 84. Hill climbed to slightly higher heights. He was 85 not out. 9 wicket win, another hammering.
Day done.
But I think the Rushwick boys might have been on the beers on Saturday night because they had a game on the Sunday as well against Owies thirds. And they lost. They back to back, mate. They lost by 112 runs on the Sunday, so I think they might have been down the Lamb and Flag. Saturday night.
What time we starting? When the toss, please bat.
The rather stylish Abdul Haq Armani took a forfeit and made 72 with the bat for Owies thirds in that win. So is that a ringer alert, Wheelo? What are we saying?
No, he's a regular. He's just a third team gun.
Is he?
Third team gun. So why is he in the seconds then?
That's better than you by the sounds of it. We've had
a Weebly. He's come after the guests. He's come after strangers. Sam is back. So what's the deal with our boy Armani? Come on.
He just hits the ball hard. He hits the ball really hard. I think they've played a lot of tape ball of our third team, and they're good at bowling it in the block hole.
Yeah.
And they give it a whack.
Go after it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Doesn't matter where you bowl it, you're getting hit straight.
If it's up, it's off.
Hey, that's that's T20 form though.
Yeah.
I love it.
Right, okay, Div 6 table. Another 10-win team. Cornwall seconds, top of the pack. Played 10, won 10, 200 points. Could that be any neater and tidier? No, it couldn't. BTW are second, 7 wins, 163. Alvley, third, 7 wins, 161. Owies, they're right in the mix as well. 7 wins, 158, so 5 points behind. Himley, 7 wins, 155. 152, so the top 6... Well, second down to 6th, it's what, 11 points?
Right.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. The bottom, Kiddie, they continue a rather tricky campaign. The thirds, no wins, 48 points. Then Stourbridge, they got a win, so they're up to 69 points. Bromsgrove thirds, those 3 have been bottom of the pile all season, but Bromsgrove are the right side of the dotted line with 84 points. They've got 2 wins to their name. So that concludes the top 6 divisions. We know there are loads more divisions. Yeah. We know it goes regional, but if you don't tell us, we don't know. Why? Because we've got lives to lead.
That's so true.
You know,
busy people.
I've got to take my family on holiday. You know, Sam's got to do his hair.
Nice.
Wheelo's got to curate his moustache. We've got stuff to do. So here's the thing: any other business, another call to arms. If you're in the lower divisions, give us a shout. If we've missed something that we need to know about, you want to shame your mate, you've got a video or a photo that we need to see, let us know about it. Get in touch. And here's how you can do it. It's been 2 weeks. I'm going to give it a crack.
You can do it. Go on.
Contact us at media@Worcester and at Worcester.
Media.
I can't remember.
No, it's media@wccc.co.uk.
Like I said, it's media@wccc.co.uk.
Caught me off guard.
Paddy will have put it on the screen. 2 weeks and it's gone. It took me 3 weeks to learn it and 1 week to forget it. But there we are, so give us a shout. Now, I think we've probably got to figure out...
I've got 2 bits of AOB if we're on that subject, if that's okay. One's very cricket related.
Okay.
So this was courtesy of, on Friday night's T20 game against Durham.
Yeah.
One of our lovely guests came and watched, and it's terrible because I forgot his name. Bullo. It was Bullo.
Was it?
He was here. He came and got some tickets, so he came and watched. And with him was some people from his club. A young lad called Toby Wyatt. Now, I was collared. I used to say collared, sounds bad. His mum approached me in a very nice way. She said, hi.
She put me in a headlock and said, listen to this.
She said, you won't know who I am, but We listened to the regulars of the show, watched the show. Her son Toby, the week before last week, so 2 weeks ago, scored 58 not out of 60 balls, and he's only 14, I want to say. So I wanted to give him a little mention because I think it was very well deserved.
So Toby Wyatt?
Toby Wyatt, yeah.
Gun?
Yeah, 58 not out against, and apparently he's playing for Ashford Bank.
Of course he is. Yeah, of course he is.
But apparently he was getting bumped by some bowlers, and it was our man Spencer, which said from the other end, what are you doing, bouncing a kid out, and then he scored for 58 anyway, and just wore it. So I thought that's worth it.
Cricket.
It's just fair play. I thought well worth it. Whether it was a Sunday game, I'm not sure, but it was something in that along those lines.
Something to unpack here.
Yeah. So Spencer mentioned it as a good custodian that Spencer is, stepped in, and then Toby was dealing with it anyway, so he just dealt with the barrage. And
we see you, Whiteo, and we appreciate you.
Yeah. So I thought that was well worth it.
Great shout. Love that, Toby.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Talent is a wonderful thing, but heart is even better. You're wearing those bumpers, you're dodging and weaving and getting a score. Good for you, my
Absolutely.
man. We appreciate you, sir.
And the best thing was that they were here as listeners of the show and friends of the pod, and I thought how great, we're starting to bloom and blossom in the right direction. I enjoyed it.
It was like a greetings card.
I enjoyed
liked
it. It was great.
Superb. Right, well, I suppose we've got to figure out who we're going to bright side of this to. Who we're going to give. So you know the score by now. Western Cider, they're a good bunch, and they've given us some cider to give away for someone who's had a difficult day. We've had a bunch of people get ducks in a row. I mean, literally ducks in a row. 3 in 7 balls. But it feels harsh to give it to them collectively when they made 435.
Have you got any that spring to mind? The only one from my end that I think was there was Alex Logue out for 99. But if you've got others, I'm open to suggest this should be a full discussion.
I sort of... Part of me wants to give it to Ross Unit for being the batting and the bowling unit, doing everything he can and still losing.
Single-handedly.
Jude Rees, that was his first ton. That was his first 150 on a losing team. That's a pretty tough day out. Probably can't give it to someone.
The thing is, he doesn't need cider because he's got plenty of milk. He'll be milking that for years. I did this right, I got 151 and we still couldn't win. What am I supposed to do?
Does sound like our Jude.
Bowl it and catch it myself. What about our man Jack Lewis, who went round the park?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, the reason I'm saying that...
You've got to say, because you feel bad now.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
Because I do the bad bit, and you've done it this week.
I'm the good cop, you're the bad cop, and I turned on him.
I think it's justified. 56 or 3 overs.
Yeah. That's heavy duty, isn't
pretty
it?
bleak.
Because he was probably thinking, I don't want a third skipper. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm probably the arms. Going.
Just put the cap on and just walk down to the long leg and hope it isn't. Yeah, one more, mate.
There'll be worse bowling figures than that, and Jack, you're not alone.
Not many.
But here's the thing.
Somewhere. There will be somewhere. There won't be there.
Look, and now we're back. Good cop is restored. Bad cop is back. So here's the thing, Jack Lewis. You got some tap, mate. 3 overs, none for 56. You give us a shout on media@wccc.co.uk. Jim's back. And there's your height insider in it for you, my friend. And hopefully, unlike some of the people we've given this to, you are old enough to drink it.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Right, okay, on to contractual obligations. That's the bit where we have to, by law, sell your stuff. Because we film this, as we all know, at a secret location at Visit Worcestershire New Road. So I'd like to tell you about the fact 3 Vitality Blast games to go. We've got a little bit of a hiatus, but here's the thing. Get yourself online, get yourself your tickets early doors. We've got Bears coming up, remember, and not only the general admission tickets, but it's also the hospitality tickets. There aren't many. It's thin on the ground. Tickets thin on the ground.
Very
thin in the
popular.
air. Generally just quite trim.
Yep.
Get yourself on the line, get on the old website, get your tickets because, well, we're a good watch.
Popular. Great watch.
That's true. And I tell you who's a great watch. He's like Mohammed. Crush. Yeah. Jimmy Neesham is a big cricket crush of mine as well. Good to see him the other day.
Is he?
Yeah. Him and Shikhar Dhawan, they're my guys.
Oh, yeah. Played for Sunrisers back in the day, didn't he? Shikhar.
Yeah, he used to did the banger in the outfield.
Had a great mo as well.
Brilliant moustache.
What about Pants Century celebration? We haven't even mentioned that.
First time It's difficult because he's not got a real strong relation to the Worcestershire League.
No, not really.
Unless that we know of, anyway. I don't know.
No, he's done watching it the weekend.
It was wicked to watch, though. It's good.
So there we are. Get yourself down the blast. You'll have a nice time. And if you like, come and bother me in the comms pod, like people keep doing, asking for burger and chips and all that sort of stuff. Turns out microphones will not put people off; they will still ask me for things.
Love it.
So there we are. No joke. Do come and say hello.
Yeah.
We're into it. Right. That's it, gang. It's been a long one. A lot of content to get through, but we got through it.
Yeah.
And we're back together, Sam, and that feels nice.
It was great.
We got the band back together.
Feelings mutual, don't worry.
Oh, babes. Isn't it great when you... Isn't it...
That's going to stick as well, man.
Love is nice. Love is nice. So the last thing to do is the cat presentation. So, Alex Wheelo, it's been great to have you on, mate. And as always, the lovely folk at the Lamb and Flag who helped make this thing possible has got you some rather fetching headgear. It won't in any way encumber and impinge upon that beautiful moustache you're working on. That's for you, sir. Thanks for being part of the show.
Thank you.
Gem.
So I have to go on straight away. Does it?
Try it on by all means. Is it Wheelo, by the way, or is that something we've just picked up?
It's a new one. It is now, apparently. Yeah.
I like it.
But it works. I'm sure it'll stick, maybe.
Wheelo.
There we are. Wheeler, Wheelie, Wheels, Wheelo. However he goes, he goes well.
Yeah.
Superb stuff.
Lovely.
Right, well, we'll do this all again next week for episode 7. If we're not cancelled, we won't be cancelled. We're all right. But as always, thank you for spending the time. I've been Jim Dale. He's been Sam Rhymes. He's been Wheelo. And this has been Blood, Sweat and Pears.